Okay, everybody, I think we'll get started. So welcome, everyone. My name is Sarah Buckman, and I recognize a lot of familiar faces to those who have taken classes with us in the past, and a special welcome also to those who are taking the class for the first time. This is one of my favorite things to do at the co-op, and it's amazing to share this Saturday with you. And we're going to be cooking up some amazing recipes. And my dear friend Sirisha Bhandaru will be here to be your teacher today. We're going through a lot of recipes. I want to check in with people. Have you guys taken classes with Sirisha in the past? Feel free to put it into the comments.
Hopefully for us. We should be muted.
Yeah.
Muted.
Awesome, Manuel. That's right. I think you have taken some. Laurel says, new and excited. That's great. Jen said, yes, I think so. Well, welcome. Yeah, we have a lot of amazing dishes today, and I think all of you picked up your kits yesterday, so we've got a full house. I think about 20 folks that will be taking the class today. And Sirisha, do you want to introduce yourself for folks?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Sirisha, and I've been doing Indian cooking classes here since 2016, I think. So it's been a long time, and I love doing classes here. I do a lot of different vegetarian dishes every time, more trying to do as much seasonal as possible. And I do a mix of all home style dishes and some restaurant style dishes once in a while. And that's what we have today, a good mix of both. So have you all heard of Paneer Makhani or Paneer Butter Masala or, Paneer Makhan Wala? These are the names by the same dish goes, by which the dish goes. And it's a very typical restaurant style dish. And the gravy is a nice creamy tomato and onion and cashew based gravy. It's very mild and very delicious and usually a hit with everyone. So that's the first dish we'll be learning. And the next one is a pulao. Pulao is a rice based dish. It's a one pot meal, very quick and easy to make.
Yeah.
You know where the comments are?
The comments.
Yeah, we're checking the comments. Feel free to. Oh, Alan says, I love paneer.
I have just
Awesome. Yeah, and feel free, it is a small enough class. If you want to unmute to ask questions throughout the class, you're welcome to. And everybody is going to be working in kind of different kitchens. And so we want to make sure that you guys are all together.
Okay. So let's get rid of that sign there. Okay.
All right. Okay,
So as I was talking about pulao. Pulao is something I make very regularly at home, almost like twice a week. It goes into my son's lunch box pretty frequently. I'll sometimes, along with, today we're doing a vegetable pulao, sometimes I'll add paneer to that as well, just to bump up the protein and make it more filling. And then sometimes I'll even add cooked chickpeas. So, it's a very versatile dish. It's a home style dish. There are many different ways of doing it. And I'm showing one easy way of making pulao today. And raita is a good accompaniment that goes with pulao. You can also eat it as a side with any Indian meal. It adds a little flavor and also helps mellow down anything that you might find spicy. And of course, naans are everyone's favorite. Naans go very well with paneer makhani. So, and I don't have to really do anything. It's nice that we do have frozen naans available these days, and you can just follow the package instructions and cook them. And later, if you want, you can add a thin layer of butter and sprinkle some cilantro on it if you want, or some Garlic also tastes good with that, like a garlic naan. So you
Mhm.
can just apply finely chopped garlic and butter and then toss it in the oven while heating it up. That also tastes very good. So we have a nice simple menu today, and I'm hoping it'll go very smoothly. The nice thing about learning Paneer Makhani is that that sauce is very versatile. I've sometimes just used that sauce, as a serving. If I'm serving it with like the naan dippers, you get those tiny naans these days. If
Oh
you
yeah,
see,
we have the non-dippers.
you can just make that sauce nice and creamy and add all the spices and then serve it as an appetizer with naan dippers. You can also cook it with other vegetables. Many times I'll just, prep that sauce and keep it in my freezer in small batches.
Mm.
And anytime I'm sauteing some vegetables, I might add one small portion of it. And then it adds a nice flavor, onion, tomato, creamy flavor to whatever dish I'm cooking. So I find that very handy.
Yeah.
I make this base gravy also pretty regularly and it'll be in my freezer if I'm expecting guests. It's a very quick and easy way to make something quickly. And I have guests pretty often. Sarah knows that. So
She has guests for weeks on end. So
sometimes. So yeah.
and your family, you've still got both sets of parents that are that come for kind of extended
They do
stays.
come. And so I like having things prepped. So these kind of things really help. I'm going to be sharing some of those tips as well while we cook. So I hope you all enjoy the class. And are you guys ready to get started? Did you take a look at your meal kits? So today, this is what we'll be doing.
Oh,
First,
Sally quickly said, love that Sirisha makes Indian food so accessible and fun. The one crazy, amazing thing that is that Sirisha has been teaching classes here since 2016. So it's been almost going up on 10 years
yes,
soon.
more than 10 years.
Working together. And, I'll, at the end of this class, we'll send the recording out to you. And then I'll also link some of other of Sirisha's classes and recipes. And there's some really, really amazing ones. And recipes you won't find at many of the Indian restaurants that we have in town. So it's really great to have your recipes. And just a quick aside, would you tell them a little bit about how you learned these recipes and a little bit about your childhood?
Yeah. So, like, I've always been interested in cooking. So, and I would always follow my grandma around whenever we visited her, and I would be fascinated by how she cooks. They used to live in a smaller town, and her kitchen was very different from my mom's kitchen. It was in a city and in an apartment. So I would just follow her around, and then she would give me small tasks, like maybe, peeling some cardamom pods or something very simple, very, very easy that like a 6-year-old can do. And I used to help in the kitchen like that, and I used to love that. Then I used to help my mom also. That's how I picked up a lot of things. And then later, after I started cooking independently for myself too, I had interest in cooking. So I would always look at a lot of recipes and then see what worked best for me. And also here I got exposed to other vegetables and other ingredients that were new to me, but I would love to apply my Indian cooking techniques to them. So here I do love using kohlrabi and other vegetables, asparagus and all this, but with a Indian style preparation. And the fusion works pretty well, actually. I do enjoy doing those kind of experiments quite a bit. So stuffing vegetables, like stuffing zucchini with paneer or sweet peppers with paneer and those kind of things. So I love to experiment like that. So that's my cooking philosophy also. I try to keep using local things and adapt local ingredients to the flavors that I'm familiar with and that I like. And so that's how my cooking also usually is. So you'll be seeing some of that in some of the classes, like my roasted vegetable chaat. It's not a traditional dish, but it's inspired by street food of India. But we use a lot of the local roasted potatoes, sweet potatoes, beets, and other veggies. I've done a similar thing with pumpkin also, different pumpkin varieties, roasted pumpkin, but in a chaat-like preparation. So sometimes you'll see some of those dishes also in my classes.
And we're planning in-person class together in November, so we'll let you know about that. Okay, well, of course, we want to make this as I know we're virtual and everybody's in their own kitchens today. Feel free to pop in the chat how many people you're cooking with, or if you're just cooking on your own, or if we've got, I think I see a few people that are working together. So let us know, and let us know who you're cooking for. Yeah, it's always a really fun thing to be cooking, learning these classes, and then get to enjoy the full meal afterwards. So we want to make this as interactive as possible. So feel free to add to the comments or unmute down the line. We'd be happy to. And Manuel's cooking for two, Laurel's cooking for two. Great. Okay, so before we dive right in, maybe let's talk about what dishes we're gonna do first, and then we'll talk about what tools they'll need.
So first, we'll start making the sauce for Paneer Makhani. So making Paneer Makhani, we have to first cook our onions, tomato, garlic, and a few garlic, ginger, and cashews, and we'll let that cool down. So first, we'll prep that. And while that is cooling down for us, so that we can puree it later, we'll make the pulao. And once the pulao is made, we'll finish making the Paneer Makhani, and then we'll make the onion raita and toast up our naans. So that's the plan. But before we start anything, I'd like you to open your meal kits and just separate the ingredients that we'll be using right now. So you'll need oil that is there for all the dishes, salt, and then Kashmiri chili powder. These are common for everything. And then the cashews, we'll be using half the cashews for this Paneer Makhani, and half of them will go into the pulao. So let's just open the cashews and take 15 of them, and we'll soak them just for a few minutes till we cut all the vegetables. We'll have them soaking in hot water. So you can heat up some water in the microwave and keep that ready. And then I'll just separate these cashews. So let's take 15 of them.
Okay, so they could use like microwaved hot water if they have a microwave.
Yes.
Or they could use just hot water from the sink.
Not from the sink. You can just heat up some water on your cooking range and then use that. I prefer doing that.
Okay.
So let's take 6, 8.
So the first step is we're going to separate our cashews in half, and we're going to soak them in hot water.
Yeah. So we have 15 cashews here, and we'll put the rest aside for the other dish. And it's always a good idea to open these up. And while we open these up, we can heat up our water. I'm just going to heat this a little bit more.
So we got a couple people. Leslie says there are 3 of us. We're also attempting idlis. That's awesome. Good job. Idlis are these amazing, what would you call them?
They are like steamed lentil and rice dumplings, or you can say it's a nice fermented batter made with rice and lentils, and then they're
nice
poured
and
into a
puffy.
mold and steamed. They're like rice cakes, you can say, savory or salty rice cakes, and they're eaten with really yummy chutney and sambar. Sambar is a vegetable and lentil stew with tamarind. Very yummy.
Jen says, just me cooking, but like last time, probably sharing if I do it right. Nancy says, can you see us cooking? Yeah, if you unmute, or sorry, if you show your video, we'll be able to see you guys. And so it's really fun to be able to take a look.
So all I'm doing is splitting these cashews. It's an important step just to make sure that there are no dirt or anything, making sure the cashews are nice and clean. And if they break, that's fine. This is all going to be, it's going to become a puree anyway.
Kirsten, you said it looks like we're missing coriander powder, turmeric, and garam masala.
It's all together in the Paneer Makhani spice mix.
So take a look for the Paneer. I'll put it in the chat. Paneer Makhani spice mix.
Yeah, because we'll be adding it all together. They packed it in one box.
So Sirisha, do you want to talk a little bit about the cashew process. I'll get a close up in just a moment
So
as
all I did was in that from the box of cashews, I took half of them, 15 of them, and then I just split them like this while I had some water heating up in the microwave. So all we'll do is put these cashews in a bowl and put hot water on them. This is just to soften them up a little bit so that they'll become a nice puree. It'll give a nice, luscious, creamy gravy.
So she put a little paring knife
Yeah,
in
all that-
between the
yeah.
seam of the cashew
I
and
can
it kind of
show.
split it whole. So do you want to
So
show them one?
all I did was I just took the cashew and then just do like this.
Kind of like if the cashew had a backbone, you kind of split it down the middle.
Yeah. And if they break, that's okay. Yeah, all I did was this.
Okay, great. So half of the cashews, and we got some hot water here
All
from the
I'm
microwave.
going to do is pour the hot water and let them sit for a bit.
And so what will this hot water kind of soak in these cashews do?
It'll just soften them up so that when we cook them with the onions and tomatoes, it'll blend into a smooth puree.
Okay.
So if the cashews are hard, it'll take longer and you'll need a very powerful blender to have it nice and smooth. It just makes sure the gravy is very creamy. Makhani means creamy. So it also refers to the texture of the sauce and also the the cream and butter that people restaurants use. At home, sometimes if I use cashews, I don't even put cream. In our recipe today, I'm putting cream just to give you an idea of how how it is made in restaurants. They'll probably add a lot more, but I'm a home cook. I can't get myself to add that much of cream and butter to my everyday dishes. So I'm going to add a small amount of cream today, and we are adding cashews. I think that is enough to give it a nice creamy taste. And so soaking them in hot water just ensures that the texture is creamy. So that's one part of the makhani. And cashews are also good fats, so they have fat in them, so that will also add to the richness of the dish. So
Do we
now,
want to talk a little bit about, so we're going to do the paneer makhani dish first.
yes.
What kind of supplies, what kind of equipment will they need
so
to cook for the class today?
We'll be using use a pan like this with a lid. Use something tall because the tomatoes, when we cook it, it tends to splatter.
Mhm.
So to contain that splattering, it's better to use a tall dish than a wide dish. So use a tall dish like this and make sure you have a lid that fits well with it. And then first we'll just be sauteing everything in here, and then we'll let it cool.
Okay.
And then we'll start making
So a
finish.
larger like saucepan
Yes.
or even like a Dutch oven.
Yes, that will be perfect.
Something that has a lid and is thick enough, tall enough that it could be, sauce can really
Mhm.
cook down in it. So, okay.
And
So we got
then
our cashews soaking, and
And-
just a little bit of water here.
And so now I'm just going to take a small diversion from this dish. What I want to do is I want to make sure we soak everything we need for today. So first we soak the cashews in hot water. Then we are going to wash and soak the rice for pulao. So I'll just for a few minutes, I'm going to talk about the rice.
Okay.
Because it'll be perfect time. By the time we finish cooking this sauce for the paneer makhani, the rice would have soaked and it'll be ready for our pulao dish. So this is 1 cup of rice. This is aged basmati rice. And it's very important to use a good aged rice because then you'll get all the rice grains separate and they'll not be all sticky and together.
So if you take a look, we actually sourced this rice from Bombay Market, just the one. It recently moved onto University Avenue in Champaign, but they're wonderful to work with. We source some things that we don't have in the store, like this aged basmati rice. So take a look. It's kind of has this more of a yellow look to it than the ones you'll find at the co-op.
Yeah, it's not very like a bright white. And if you see the bag, some of them they have a transparent side. So you can take a look at what the rice grains are like inside, and I find that very helpful.
Mhm.
So usually on the bag it will say premium aged basmati rice. So what this aging does is it just makes sure the grains when they cook they're all separate and not mushy. So, and also another thing that really helps.
Oh, quick questions.
Yeah.
Nancy said, how long in the microwave, please, for the water?
It just has to get hot. So for us in our microwave, I put it for a minute
Okay.
and a small quantity of water. So half a cup to 1 cup of water. It's not, it doesn't have to be very precise. As long as the water is hot, the cashews will soak.
And then Alan and Pat commented that said, hi, just bought bulk basmati rice at the at Common Ground yesterday, and they really look different. Yeah, you
yeah.
said that our rice is like the young rice.
Yeah, it's not, you can, I mean, if you want a fluffy texture for your rice dishes, you might want to set that bag aside for some time and let it age for many months. Or, use it for dishes where, like a khichdi, it'll be perfect for using for something that is soupy and more like a creamy risotto-ish kind of dish, where you don't need the grains to be separate.
Mhm.
So that is the big difference. So
And if they were to use the co-op rice, our rice, the younger rice might just need less water.
Less water, and you'll need to toast it some more. So while making the pulao, there'll be a stage where we'll toast the rice grains with the spices and vegetables and a little bit of oil and ghee. So that time, if you toast it a little bit more and add maybe here we'll be adding for 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. Maybe you can add 1.25 or 1.5, depending on how new the rice is. So that will help a little bit, but it will still be sticky. It will not be a perfect,
Dry.
it will not be a perfect substitution. So for this pulao recipe, it's good to use an aged rice.
Right.
So all we are going to do now is soak this rice, and then we'll go back to our paneer makhani recipe. We're going to wash it and soak it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take one, any dish.
Into a bowl, a wider bowl, and then cold water?
Yeah. We'll just wash it for a few rinses. This helps get any excess starch out of the rice, and then we'll soak it. So if you just take the rice and just mix it well with the water like this, it helps get all the excess starch.
Yeah, look at it.
If we don't do this step, the rice can be sticky.
Okay.
You can also, if you're comfortable and you have a fine mesh colander, you can just wash in that.
Sometimes it's satisfying to see the starch.
Yeah.
So you wash with cold water.
Yeah.
And then kind of you strain it into your hand, but you could strain it into a mesh strainer.
Yeah.
But
use a mesh strainer to.
You can tell that you've done this a long time.
Yes. Yeah.
And then so you're looking to have it run clear?
Yes, like 3 to 5 times. 3 washes minimum.
Okay.
And here the water tends to, get clear in a minute. It's not when you fill water. Yeah, so this is pretty much clean. I'm just going to wash it once again. See, you can see the difference, right? Already.
Yeah, it was like milky before.
Yeah.
I think also a lot of cultures do this washing of the rice. I know definitely when we had Chinese
Asians
they're really interested.
Yeah. So now I washed it 4 times and I'm just going to soak it. Just add lots of water and we'll just set it aside and let this be.
So we want cold to wash and cold to soak.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus the hot to soak for the cashews.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we are moving back to our paneer makhani recipe. We'll be using so the garlic and ginger we've given in grams. That was just to make Sarah and Liz and Emily make their life easy and, pack the meal kits. Basically, you'll need like a 1-inch piece of ginger, and then 3 to 4, if they are this size, then 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, You can just use your judgment and use more or less as per taste. But roughly, whenever there is ginger and garlic, it's always more garlic and less ginger.
Okay,
So
so we're working with 4 really big garlic
yeah,
cloves and then,
a 1-inch piece of ginger.
okay,
And I'm just going to wash this ginger and then we'll peel it.
apologize for the squeaky, the squeak, all the squeakies.
So I'm just going to, if you are comfortable with a peeler, or you can use a back of a knife or a back of a spoon for doing this. This is pretty thick and easy to peel. So I'm just peeling the skin off. And since it's all going to be blended, we don't have to be very particular about how we cut everything. So I'm just going
Okay.
to cut it into small bits.
Okay,
This is all, the
Like-
blender will do the work of making it a fine paste. So I'm just cutting it a little bit small.
is there
But,
anybody that doesn't have a blender or a food processor? Let us know, and if that's the
Yeah.
case, you might have to chop
chop
your
things differently, yeah.
ginger a little bit more fine.
And all I did was smash the garlic like this so that we can easily remove the peels.
Okay. So again, we've got our rice soaking in cold water after we rinsed it. We've got half of our cashews soaking in hot water. And then we've kind of roughly diced our peeled ginger, which was like a 1-inch
Piece,
chunk.
yeah,
And then we are just taking the skins off of the 4
garlic.
garlic cloves.
So
Everybody good? Diving right in. And so are you also just gonna rough chop the
Yeah.
garlic?
yeah,
Okay. And it
So-
looks like most people have
and
peeler.
and if you have like I got 2 big onions. I don't know, they all must be, if you have very big onions, basically what we're trying to do is use more tomatoes, double the quantity of tomatoes to onions. So I got 2 onions in my kit. One was big and one was slightly smaller. I'm just using the bigger one. I don't think I'll use a smaller one. So this gravy has a nice orange-ish color, and that comes from using more tomatoes and less onions.
Okay.
If the proportion of onions is more, then the flavor will change, and also the gravy will look more brown instead of that nice orangish reddish color. So as per what I have in my kit, I'm taking 1 big onion and I'm taking these 4 tomatoes, and I'm just going to give them a quick rinse before I chop them.
So in our kit, we gave you one
2
one red onion and 2 yellow onions. And she's talking about maybe just using one of the yellow onions.
Yes, the red onion is for another dish.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you know what? They were right. 1 onion was for the pulao.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well,
Sorry
good.
about that. Pick the bigger one for the makhani.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will use all of the onions.
Yeah.
But we forgot that one.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Please pick the bigger onion for paneer makhani. And we use a smaller one for the pulao. I'm
Hello.
just giving all the vegetables a quick rinse.
Is there a question?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, the small onion or the large onion?
Large one.
So
Okay.
large onion is gonna be for the
Large yellow.
paneer makhani.
Yeah, the large yellow is for paneer makhani. The smaller yellow is for pulao. Sorry about the confusion.
We forgot about the pulao.
Yeah. So all I'm doing is peeling the onion and then I'll just give it a rough chop.
And these onions are actually all local. They're coming from Moore Family Farm or Miller Farm. And sometimes the onions have a deeper stem, so we're
Mhm.
kind of carving out that part.
Yeah.
So with the onion, what's our plan? Are we
I'm just removing this middle section. It just makes the onion easy to cut.
Okay.
And then here some of it, just cleaning this part out.
okay? Are we doing like a rough dice?
Yeah,
or
we'll do a rough dice.
just kind of just taking the stem and the root out?
Yeah. And now I'm going to peel it. And these onions, I think they're going to make me emotional. I can feel it.
They're gonna make you cry, but it'll be for a good reason.
Yeah, so we can also just to not make them be so sharp, we can just quickly rinse them once under the water. That way they won't be this strong. So I'm just going to lightly like keep the onions intact, but just rinse them out once. I don't want to cry.
Let us know
So,
if you cry. So you're just doing kind of a rough
yeah,
slicing of the halved onion, and then you're gonna rotate it 90 degrees and then chop it
yeah.
pretty,
Since the blender
Large.
will do all the work, we can just chop it a little bit big.
nice. Everybody good? So we're chopping up 1 onion for our paneer makhani. We already chopped our ginger and our garlic, and now we've roughly diced our onion.
So now we can start cooking. While these things are sauteing, we can chop our tomatoes.
Okay.
So right now I'm just going to let us see. You see, if you notice, the cashews would have slightly softened.
Uh-huh.
See, they're
They
bending
turn
easily.
whiter.
Yeah. So now we can drain this water and keep our cashews ready.
Okay, so we're draining the soaked cashews.
Yeah. And then now we're going to turn the pan on.
So how
Um,
hot do you want this pan?
Like
We want it hot, hot.
a saute vegetables more, medium,
Okay.
medium hot. And then once this is dry, we'll add some oil. If you want to measure roughly a tablespoon of oil. So yeah,
We had a little water in the pan, so we're just making sure
Yeah.
that we have a dry pan to start. Let us know if you need any, you need us to kind of reiterate what steps we're on, but you're probably still chopping your onion and you want to heat up your pan to medium high, and we're gonna start sauteing the.
once the pan gets a little bit warm and this water evaporates, we'll add oil.
Should we put the chopped stuff in the processor now?
No, it'll be later.
We're gonna
Once
cook.
we cook everything, then we'll. So I'll prefer doing it like this because it takes less oil. If we put everything in the processor now and fry it, it'll take a lot more oil. So right now my pan is dry. I'm putting roughly a tablespoon of oil. And this pan, this does get hot very fast. So all I'm doing is I'm going to add all the, see, you can hear
You want
them
that sizzle?
Yeah.
She said, okay, just needed space on my board. So
Yeah,
yeah,
perfect.
if you
This
want,
works.
yeah, just saute it up into the pan when you're ready.
Saute what up?
And I'm just
So
going
we
to
did
put the-
1 tablespoon of oil, and then we threw in all the garlic that we had minced up, the 4 garlic cloves and the ginger that we had chopped up. And so we're basically gonna make a tomato sauce.
And while these onions are cooking, I'm just removing the core of these tomatoes. And then these are nice and juicy tomatoes. I'm just going to give it a rough chop, just like the onions.
Okay. Large dice for
Yeah.
onions, or for the tomatoes.
Yeah.
And so all 4 of the tomatoes,
Yes.
just cut the stem off.
Yeah.
Was there a question?
Yes,
Sorry about that. Feel free.
And then make sure to stir the onion, garlics while you're chopping your tomatoes.
Nancy, did you have a question?
well, I'm behind. That's all.
Okay.
I'm back at, I haven't dealt with the garlic yet,
Okay. Sounds good. We can slow down a little.
but the onion goes in the pot now.
Yeah, so you're gonna you're gonna wanna chop up your ginger, your garlic, and your onion, and then you're gonna throw them all into a pan with a tablespoon of olive oil, and you're just gonna saute that down.
Yes. And is this okay for size on
Let's
ginger?
take a look here. Oh, I'm
Where's the
looking for you.
camera?
Oh, there you are. Yeah. Hi, Nancy. I see you.
Is that a good size or should it go smaller?
Will you put it closer to? It's off camera. Will you just pull it a little closer?
I don't know where the camera is.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is that the camera?
Yeah. I think maybe just cut that a little bit. Maybe cut it down half that size.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so while you just continue to saute the onions, ginger and garlic here, and while that is happening, you can chop your tomatoes, have
Yeah.
them ready. And for chopping the tomatoes, all I'm doing is I'm removing the core. Like this. And then I'm just chopping it roughly in the same size as the onions.
And you're using a paring knife, which can be really helpful when cutting tomatoes. Sometimes those bigger chef knives don't always
They might squish
break
them.
through the squish through the
Yeah.
skin. So again, we're doing just a real large dice on those tomatoes. We're sauteing our onion and garlic and ginger, and it's gonna smell so good in your house.
And we are just waiting till this gets slightly translucent. They don't have to be completely roasted all the way also.
Okay.
Some recipes, some people actually boil everything together.
Oh.
But I like my onions slightly roasted, so I take this extra step here. So we don't need them browned or anything, just not completely raw.
Ellen and Pat said, I put the cashews in also. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. You can put the cashews.
You can put the
Yeah,
cashews in.
I'm also going to put.
How many garlic?
We did 4 large garlic cloves chopped up,
Okay.
kind of a rough mince.
And then half that amount of ginger, just a small 1-inch piece. And you can just add all that together. And while, so now I think these are kind of getting slightly cooked. Not completely translucent, but they're not raw as well. So you can see they've softened a bit.
What type of heat are you still looking for?
Medium.
Because ours, I did turn it down because ours was raging.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll put it up a little bit more
Yeah.
because you kind of want to hear that sizzling.
Yeah. Yeah, medium heat is good. So what we have in the pan right now is onion, garlic, ginger and cashews. And I've already chopped up my tomatoes.
We gotta
And
try
then-
a little tomato.
Mhm.
These tomatoes are really good.
What about the cashew water?
I'm just going to add the tomato.
We
Sorry, what was that?
strained the cashew water
Yeah.
and just threw in the cashews.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm just adding all the tomatoes. And then we are going to slowly let this cook.
So it's almost like a marinara, but the ginger.
Yeah.
The ginger and cashews.
Yeah.
And so do we want to keep this on medium heat the whole time?
Yeah.
And
Medium to medium high. You can increase it.
okay.
We'll just let this cook. And while this is cooking, we'll also cut and soak our paneer in warm water. So paneer is a nice, it's an Indian cheese. It doesn't melt. It's very great for cooking. You can roast it. It kind of behaves like tofu,
Mm-hmm.
but it has a milky and creamy taste. So it's a very good cooking cheese. And what happens is if you're using homemade paneer, it's very soft and nice, but store-bought paneer, any brand, it tends to be a little hard.
Mm-hmm.
So one good trick is to soak it in hot water and let it sit like that till you're ready with it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to just heat up some more water, say 2 cups of water in the microwave. And I'm going to chop my paneer and put it in a bowl and have it sitting in that hot water for me till we are ready for it. So we're just going to let this cook. I'm going to take 2 cups of water here. And I'm heating this for 2 minutes in our microwave here. And while that is happening, you have your slab of paneer. You're just going to cut it open and slice it into small pieces, bite-sized pieces.
I love
You-
I love that you soak and make things more digestible. Like when we've
Yes.
done classes with
Lentils,
lentils, you
yes.
soak your lentils,
Always.
soak your rice, soak your cashews. I want to check in with everybody. Where is everybody at? What stage? Are you still chopping your tomatoes? Are
Yeah.
you chopping, sauteing onions? Let us know.
Adding tomatoes.
Chopping tomatoes. Okay.
Starting the chopped tomatoes.
Okay. Take
So
your
shall we
time.
wait?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
wait a little to let people catch up. Alan says, about to add tomatoes. Leslie says, doing fine, but we have 3 chefs. Yeah, we're all different pace. So we want to make sure, you know, no matter what, we're happy to check in with whatever stage you're at. Kirsten, chopping paneer. Good job, Kirsten. Again, what we said is we're gonna soak the do you want to talk a little bit about how you'll cut the paneer?
Sure, yeah. So you can cut it into bite-sized pieces. You can go fancy also with it. What do you guys want to do? You want to do squares or triangles? We can go fancy with it too, or just cut it into simple squares.
Is a fancy triangle?
Yeah,
Let's get a vote. You guys are welcome. Laurel says triangle.
perfect. So let's just cut it into 3 parts.
Fancy.
Yes, let's do fancy.
So
So-
I guess non-fancy would be just rectangles
Yeah, squares or
or
rectangles.
squares.
So I've just cut it into like 9 big cubes, and now I'm going to cut it this way
Uh-huh.
into smaller squares, and now this is where we get our nice thin triangles.
Okay, so
You see?
let's describe this again.
So
So
we cut the whole cube into 9 big cubes, and then each cube I'm slicing it in half, and then I have 2 flatter cubes, and now each one I'm cutting into a cute little triangle.
that's great. Cute.
And if you observe, by this time your onion tomato gravy should be gently boiling and cooking.
Some people are not even at the sauteing the tomatoes yet, but
Mhm.
that's okay.
Yeah, we'll wait. And the color is changing too. Is the water hot, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have this little Pyrex that we
2
filled up
cup,
with 2
yeah.
cups, and we put it in the microwave for a couple, like 2 or 3 minutes. Was it 2 minutes?
Yes.
And so that's going to be the hot water. Does anyone not have a microwave? Because that's okay.
Then you can just warm water till it reaches a gentle boil. These triangles do look cuter.
They do. And they'll kind of, you'll see them in that smooth tomato sauce that will, so we won't be blending the paneer
Yeah.
with the tomatoes. The tomatoes will be kind of this nice blended sauce that we would add the paneer to. So you'll still see those triangles. Okay, can we do a little check-in for people about our tomatoes just so they know? Is this kind of rolling sauce?
Yeah, they
Rolling,
need to
steaming.
soften. So the tomatoes need to get completely cooked. So we'll let this cook a little bit more.
And we haven't put the lid on it at all.
Nothing, yeah.
Would
You
like
can put the lid on it. I'll just
Yep.
stir it once.
Okay. Want to make sure it's not nothing sticking to the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah. We can cover it. So we can just give it a, oops.
We
There's
got
some
a garlic skin.
We're just going to mix it all well, and we're going to cover this and let it just cook for a few minutes. And now I have all my paneer cut up, and it looks really cute.
Yeah,
I'm
here, I'll
going
give
to-
a little
yeah.
close up of the paneer.
And I'm just going to add them to any bowl and add some add the hot water, and we'll let this sit.
Oh, how long does the water boil in the, or how long in the microwave for the water?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah. It just needs to be hot. So it just depends on your microwave, however long. 2 minutes is good.
It kind of just looks like a hard mozzarella. But the
Yeah.
soaking it is really nice.
Yeah.
I've tried it just on its own, and it's one of those cheeses that is a kind of a lighter milk cheese where it's like almost squeaky when you eat it. It's like
Yeah.
so softening it really kind of brings it,
Mm-hmm.
gives it that. It will probably help absorb some of the sauce a little bit too.
Yes.
Mhm.
It
Okay.
just it's nice. If it's soft, it's nice to scoop it with your naan and eat. It feels nicer that way too. The texture is just right.
I feel like Indian food is like perfect combination of all these different spices and flavors and textures. So you'll have that creamy tomato sauce with that firmer cheese.
I'm just going to get some spoons.
Has anybody made this recipe before? We've featured paneer
Yes.
makhani once. But I was curious about has anybody made Indian food before?
That time I shared a slightly different recipe. So if you can see now, this mixture has been cooking in the tomato juices, and it's slowly evaporating, and the tomatoes are getting cooked. This is a good time to add some salt. So we are going to salt this dish in layers. So what we'll do is we'll just add enough salt for the onions and tomatoes right now. So
Okay.
roughly, you can just
So if people
do it
are
as per your taste. Roughly
still
3/4 of a spoon or so.
okay. A spoonful
Or a
of the
spoon.
salt.
Yeah. A small spoon, not like a big spoon, just enough to make this salty. So once you add the salt and mix well, if you want, you can just taste it. It shouldn't be overly salty. It should be just right enough for this quantity. And later we can adjust the salt. We'll be adding more once we blend it, and
And the salt is
cook
already
this.
bringing out some of that liquid for the tomatoes, but just to give you a little description of what's happening in our pan, because I don't know if you can see it all the way, but a lot of the tomatoes have started to break down a bit, and the skins have kind of peeled off of the tomatoes, and it's like a softer color.
And it's smelling more cooked too. There's a nice tomato smell, cooked tomato smell. And there's no rawness. We can now actually, there's a gentle bubbling thing going on here. So now we can turn this off and just let this cool down.
Okay.
While this is cooling down, we can prepare our pulao. So do you see where we are just stopping it cooking at this stage right now? And I'm going to move this to let this cool down. I'm not going to cover it anymore.
So there's still some liquid. It's not super liquidy, and it's still chunky. It's not fully.
Yeah.
But the onions are soft. The cashews are still firm a bit.
They will soak in this
soak in the
while
hot.
this is cooling down. They'll soak a bit more, and the blender will also help.
It's great. Okay, quick check-in with everybody. Where are you guys at? And it's okay if you're in different stages.
I have a question.
Please.
Does the hot water go in the pot now?
So the hot water is gonna go in a separate bowl
It is
with
just to soak
the
the paneer.
paneer. So we have our paneer chopped up, and the hot water is just gonna go into a bowl with it to soak the paneer. So we didn't add any water to the tomatoes. It will just be for the paneer, and the paneer hasn't gone into the tomatoes at all. It's just in a separate dish. And just a reminder, we chopped our paneer block into 9 equal squares.
Yeah.
Like 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Three cut one way, 3 cut the other, and then you cut each of those.
cubes into flat squares, and then we cut it into triangles. You can cut it any way. It just has to be bite-sized.
Yeah.
So we just went a little fancy today. For fun, we cut it up into 10
So I'll
little
show you.
triangles.
I'll show you. This is the triangles that we're working with, which looks so cute. Any questions so far? Let us know where you're at. You're probably hands in tomatoes and awesome. You got the paneer? Great.
I lost my connection when you were talking about how much ginger to put in, so I just like guessed, but what was the amount of ginger?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
And the recipe card, we pretty much followed what was there in that. So what we did was we just cut the ginger, garlic, finely, roughly diced the onions. And then in a pan, we took a tablespoon of oil, and then we added the ginger, garlic, onions, and just the soaked cashews without the water.
and the ginger
And we
was
just started,
just
yeah,
a 1-inch cube or
Yeah.
1-inch chunk that we peeled. We peeled the skin off the ginger, but it's not the end of the world if they didn't peel the
yeah,
ginger.
it's fine. It's as long as you washed it and just chopped it and put it, it's fine too. Um,
So
So-
excuse me, so was it the whole chunk of ginger that we have?
No, this ginger is for the entire meal kit. So we just cut like a 1-inch piece. So I'm going to be cutting it again. So roughly this much. And we'll be prepping this for pulao also. So all we did was we washed the piece of ginger, and then I just gently peeled it. You can peel it with a peeler if you have one, a vegetable peeler, or if you're comfortable, you can do like how I'm doing, or you can use the back of a spoon to peel it too. Like,
Manuel, you had a question, said, once
Like-
we add salt to tomatoes, should we set it aside?
just let it cook for a few more minutes and then set it aside.
Jen said, I actually put all my ginger in.
Could you
Should-
strain some of it out, because it will be a lot of ginger for that entire dish. That was meant, like, I think you got a big chunk of ginger, and that was meant for paneer dish and for the pulao.
But if not, it's okay.
It might be a little bit more spicy.
If it's hard to find, it might be hard for you to find the ginger chunks. Ours,
Have you already added all the garlic and onions and tomatoes and everything?
Jen says, I love ginger.
Okay.
It will be totally fine.
Okay.
It will be
Yeah, I
probably
can't
stronger.
find it in the pot right now. It all
That's
looks the
okay.
same.
Yeah.
That's okay, Jen.
Did that too.
Oh, Kirsten says, I used the whole ginger piece in the first recipe. It wasn't mentioned on the card, and I hadn't read ahead on the other recipe to double check. How much dry ginger would we substitute for veg pulao?
You can just skip it.
Yeah,
Just skip it in the pulao.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Everybody, sorry if
Yeah.
Sorry
Sorry about the
for-
confusion.
sorry for any confusion, and it will just be a little bit more gingery, but I'm sure there's been other recipes that have had more ginger.
And if it feels, once we finish cooking it, I'll give you a few tips. If it feels very strong and spicy, I can tell you how to tone it down. So we'll deal with it when we get there.
Sounds good. But this looks good. I'm tempted to just try. person says, no worry, it'll be fine, smiley face. You guys are good sports.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
so we, our tomatoes, once we added the salt, we cooked it down just a little bit more, but then we took it off the stove and we're just kind of letting it cool a bit. And
Yeah.
um,
And while this is cooling, so we have the tomatoes and onions and cashews cooked down. We have our cute little paneer bits soaking in hot water. We can now go ahead and start prepping the pulao. Are we all ready to start with the pulao?
Jen said, I heard you say an inch, but I'm not a good estimator. That's
Well,
okay.
a third of the ginger, hopefully. Yeah, roughly a third of what was given to you.
And if you use it all the ginger, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can keep, hopefully you have a couple more garlic cloves left. Laurel says, ready to start on the pulao.
Excellent. So we have the first step for the pulao. We have our basmati rice nicely soaking in the water. And it's probably been around 15-20 minutes. You can see the rice
Ah, it's gotten
texture
white
has
again.
changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's become more, it's expanded a little bit and it has become more opaque.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we'll just let this, we can drain the water now.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the rice.
Yeah.
You just
If you're not
cup your
comfortable,
hand.
yeah, if you're not comfortable doing it like this, you can always put a strainer under it, and just get as much water as you can out of it. And then we leave this like this.
Okay.
And let's gather all the other ingredients for pulao. We'll finish making the pulao and then we'll get back to the paneer dish.
Okay.
So for pulao, let's go through the ingredient list. So we have our basmati rice and now the 15 whole raw cashews. So we're going to go back and now we are going to just split the cashews and keep them ready. So let's do that.
So we have
So
the rest, the other half of cashews that we didn't use. So you were going to split them in half with that paring knife, just like
yeah,
we did
if they break, that's fine.
before.
It's just a good way to check to make sure there's no dirt or one or two of them might have some dirt in them. So it's just a safety precaution. It's always better to open them.
Plus they toast up really nicely.
Yes, and they look pretty too, I think.
Mhm. We did a dessert
Yes.
together with
Mhm.
cashews and this
Fine
semolina,
semolina.
and it's delicious. And
Yes.
one of the and raisins, I think also,
Mhm.
and cardamom. Anyway, I'll share that recipe.
The cashews and the
Oh
fine
yeah,
semolina
pineapple
toasted.
shira, exactly. Yes, Jen.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I have just split all the cashews and then 1 cup frozen mixed vegetables, which we already have.
And they're not frozen anymore. We thawed
Yeah,
them,
that's
so
fine.
hope that's okay.
And this is just an easy, quick way of making this. If you don't want, or if you don't have frozen vegetables, typically I'll just use onions, and not onions. Onions are anywhere there. I'll just have frozen peas. I'll put potatoes.
Mhm.
If I have beans and carrots, I'll add them to it. So it's pretty flexible.
Mhm.
If you don't have the mixed veggies, you can make only with potatoes and peas, sometimes only with peas. Sometimes I'll add this much of veggies and also add this much of paneer.
Mm,
So for my kids' lunchbox, I do this pretty often.
that's
And in
nice.
summer, if you have a lot of mint, like I planted my mint in my yard, so I have a field of mint. So I use it in everything. So you can also take a nice, generous handful of mint leaves, chop it and saute it along with the veggies. It
Ooh.
tastes very good.
Mm.
So
So you can
yeah.
use for the pulao, you can really use whatever you have.
Yeah, you can be
Peppers
flexible.
or
Peppers, peppers might get a little mushy
okay.
because they'll cook with the water. So these kind of vegetables will be better. Even cauliflower will work well.
Mm,
Cauliflower or any of these veggies, corn, potatoes,
carrot.
paneer, all these things will work well.
Have you tried it with beets or anything ever before? Because they would probably make a pretty color.
They will. I
Yeah.
think it'll be nice. You can add some beets too. You'll get a nice pink pulao.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we have our veggies right now, and then again ginger and garlic. We'll be finely chopping or grating here. If some of you I know used up all your ginger, don't worry about it. We have enough ginger in the paneer dish. We'll not add any more in the pulao.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we're just going to finely chop this ginger and garlic. We just need a little bit. You can use as per your taste. I'm not even going to use the entire 1-inch piece, I think. I think a smaller bit is enough.
So like a 1/2 inch piece
Yeah.
of ginger, just finely chopped.
Peeled and finely chopped. Or if you have a fine mesh grater, you can do that too. Like if you have the on the fine side, you can just grate it. That way you won't get big chunks of ginger in your mouth.
Mhm.
And then again, we're just going to
So we-
smash the garlic.
Both two garlic cloves if you have it.
Yeah.
I think we gave you more garlic cloves than they'll need, or
We ended up using, I think it might depend on the kit.
yeah.
So we used 4 for the initial recipe, and now we're going to use 2 here.
2 for the pulao rice.
Yeah, it's, you can, it's not like baking. So you can be a little approximate here and just use as per your taste or availability.
Mhm.
So yeah, it just gives a nice flavor. So this also, I'm just going to try and chop it as finely as I can. Just cutting it into slices, and then I'll go in the other direction as well.
So you kind of just like do as long cuts and then rotate it 90
Yeah.
degrees just
Yeah.
to.
Chop it again. Yeah.
So if folks were still working on their tomatoes and they haven't turned those off yet, turned off the pan yet, now might be a good time to take a look at your tomatoes and make sure if you have been cooking them this whole time, you should maybe
Yeah.
take a look. And if it looks like the liquid and the tomatoes are fully cooked but still chunky, that's a good sign that you could let them
Yeah, just
off the stove.
move it away from the heat so that it will cool down faster while we make the pulao.
Mhm.
And so I've finely chopped my ginger and garlic, and I'm going to just go through it again to make sure it's all nicely.
You have like a larger knife for this, it'd be better than a paring knife.
Yeah. And also you can always grate it. So we're just going through the ingredient list. So we have our rice, we drain the rice, and then we're just gathering everything together. We split the cashews, we chop the ginger and garlic, we have our frozen veggies. And then next one is 1 yellow onion, which we are going to slice.
Mm.
So we kept the smaller of the onion for the pulao. So we'll just take this, wash it once.
Why is it called pulao? What does that mean?
Pulao, honestly, I don't know. Pulao just means a rice dish.
Okay.
Pulao is basically rice with spices, and it can be meat, it can be veggies.
Mhm.
It's a flavored rice dish, which is, again, there's biryani too, which is very different.
Mhm.
Biryani in pulao, the rice and veggies are cooked together. It's usually a quicker meal and easier to make, whereas a biryani can take you an entire day to make it. You have to prep your meat, you have to soak it, or veggies, you have to marinate the meat and or veggies, and then you have to cook the rice 3/4 and keep that, and then you layer everything, and then you steam it. So biryani is an extremely elaborate dish. Pulao comes together in one pot, and usually it's made by cooking the rice and veggies together.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
So our onion is a bit, I think, anyway, this is pretty big. Let's just cut through it and see how much of it we can use. Yeah, just make sure, look at your onion and use only the good part of it.
Mhm.
And suppose you can't use onion, that's fine too. You can skip it. I use it sometimes and sometimes I don't. So this onion, some parts of it are not very, it's a
Yes.
bit rotten inside. which was kind of hard to tell from the outside.
Yeah, sometimes
So-
the curing process for local onions, the stem ends up not looking so good.
So we are going to be using only half of the onion because some of it is not looking that good inside, but that's fine. It will not affect the dish that much. So I'm just going to remove whatever is not looking good.
Will we use all of the red onion?
Probably not. Probably not. You can use, I mean, this is fine.
This is enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
even if we had little less, that's fine. Because, we'll use onions as per whatever is available. You might grab a medium one. Medium can be this much or this much. It's fine. Like I said, this is cooking. We are not baking. So
Alan and Pat says Pulao is derived from pilaf, hence the name. Cool. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, possible.
yeah, I don't know which came first. In India, it's called Pulao. In other parts of, I think, where is it called pilaf? Is it in the Middle Eastern parts or I don't know where?
Yeah.
Yeah. So different names in different places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
pilaf is similar to this,
very
where it
similar,
has
yeah.
vegetables and kind of
and
cooked all
rice
together.
and spices.
Mhm.
So we're going to just cut this into thin slices like this.
Okay. So we have the onion kind of halved and we're just cutting thin slices. Again, this is the yellow onion.
Yes.
Was there anybody that had their local onion not look so good? If so, you might be able to use some of the red onion that I
Yeah.
gave you.
If your onion was not good at all, you can use half the red onion. Or like ours, we could use half of it. It was in good shape. So we're just using that half. And that's fine. We have enough veggies. So all I'm doing is thinly slicing the onions. Yeah. And then we're just going through the entire ingredient list. We'll just make sure they're separate.
Okay, so
So
you're
then-
kind of like scrunching the onions so
Yeah,
they
a little
break
bit.
apart from each other.
Yeah, and this we'll do in the pan also. So just getting a head start for that. Onions, and then what do we have? Now I think the spices are listed. So we'll just go through all the spices. You have one bag that says Pulao spice mix 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
I love you guys. Liz,
I
Sarah,
can't take
and
any
Emily.
credit. This was all Liz, who you met on Friday, and she's actually, this is the last couple, she just got a job. So she's
Mhm.
gonna be moving to Chicago. It was always planned that, and we're sad about it, but she's been the person behind all the kit ingredients. So you'll have the Pulao mix
So
2 and
yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah, so first I'm opening Pulao mix 2. So actually, normally I would use whole black peppers in this. They have powdered it, which is fine. What we are going to do, typically at home, I add all my whole spices just like that, and we cook it, and we are used to just, removing them before we eat. But I don't want to leave the smaller spices in the pulao just so that, you don't get something unpleasant in your mouth right now. So pulao spice mix 2. We are going to saute these first, and then we'll skim them out of the oil and ghee. And then
Sorry,
these
just a
are-
quick thing. Manuel, do you have a Ziploc? Because that is the Pulao spice mix 1. It has the bay leaf, the cinnamon stick. If you don't, I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. That was a mistake on
it
our
should
end.
be- yeah,
Okay,
it
good,
should be in
good.
the
You
kit.
got it? Okay, great.
And so I first talked about Pulao spice mix 2. What we'll be doing is we'll first add these to a pan with some oil and ghee, and we'll on low heat we'll let them toast up nicely so they release their aroma, and then we'll skim these out. We won't skim the black pepper because it's now we can't do it. If you have seeds, then you'll be able to remove the black peppercorns from there. So we'll remove these, and then we'll add the bay leaf, cumin seeds, and we won't need the entire cinnamon stick. We can use like a small portion of it. This will be, so we'll just break it up and use one bit, like a, but don't just try to break it as you can. Like this piece I'll be using for the pulao, and the other piece I'm just going to set aside for another recipe, or you can heat it up with water and make chai or
Mm,
something like that.
okay.
This much is enough. So we'll deal with this one later.
Okay, so I'm just
Um,
gonna repeat. So
yeah.
the Pulao spice mix one, we basically snapped our cinnamon stick in half. If that's something that you can't do, if you
You
can't.
can just, hit it with something, it'll snap pretty easily. And don't crush it completely, because what we'll be doing is once it cooks, we'll pull it out. Since the cinnamon stick and bay leaf are big, we'll be able to pull them out of the pulao once it's cooked. So they'll give their flavor to the pulao and we'll remove it.
Okay.
So that's why I said, that's why the ingredients are very systematically packed in 2 bags to make it easy.
Okay. That's
So
good.
yeah, we have
Was there a question?
Uh,
are we all good?
Yeah, Nancy?
well, so I can see the picture now. I had it too small. So we haven't moved any of these things, the onion, the cashews, the ginger anywhere yet, right? But what am I gonna do with this cinnamon stick when I break it, if I can?
Yeah, just break it into 2 and use 1/2.
You're strong.
Well, if you have anything, anything hard, you can just hold it. Let me break the other part and show you. So this is the part that I didn't use. If you have it, just hit it like that, it will crack.
Oh,
And then you can use like, if it cracked like this into 4 bits, you can use the 2 big chunks. This is just to flavor the pulao.
okay.
Yeah.
And then I put the bay leaf in this little spice Pulao spice mix too. Is that right?
No, don't mix them now. Keep them separate. It was just that the cinnamon stick was very big. So I'm not going to use the entire big cinnamon stick. We just need half.
The bay leaf.
Bay leaf, you can just leave it alone.
Okay,
I'm just going through the ingredients and explaining everything.
okay.
Okay, so we've got, so our tomatoes are still cooling, our paneer is still soaking. We drained the rice, and now we've sliced our onion and cut our cashews in half. Our our garlic and ginger are good. And then you've got your
I was explaining we have just opened up the spice mix 2, and and in spice mix 1 we just cut our cinnamon stick in half, and the next ingredient is 2 Thai green chilies. So these are extremely spicy chilies, and all we want to do is let them flavor the pulao. We'll be skimming these out later as well. So you can just slit them like this.
So lengthwise, not all
Yeah.
the way to the top.
Yeah, you can just slit them like this, and then they will flavor the pulao, and later we'll pull them out. And please be careful if you're not used to handling these chilies. Once you cut them, please wash your hands,
Mhm.
because if you rub your eyes or something, it can really burn, or your face with them.
So something that Sirisha does is she keeps the stem on the chilies so that it's easy to pull out.
Yeah.
And it holds both of the slitted ends of the pepper together. So I'm kind of giving you a close up
So see this,
what it
will
looks
just,
like.
yeah.
There you go. Okay.
So we have 2
Awesome.
of those. And then the other ingredients are just oil, ghee, and salt. So we are actually ready to start making our pulao.
Okay.
Are you guys all ready? For Pulao, ideally, I would like using a flat dish.
I'm sorry.
Oops. Something like this. Something like this would be perfect. Something like this with a lid. But today we couldn't find a lid for this. So we'll be using saucepan, kind of like what we made the paneer makhani dish in.
So if you have a skillet with a lid, that might be really perfect for the pulao. But if not, you can mimic us, and we're using a very similar saucepan like we did for our tomatoes. But the most important part is that it needs a lid. so
Yeah,
that
it needs
steams
a
the
lid.
rice. Sound
So-
good?
Are we all ready to get started?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So now again we'll need this on medium high. Is this good, Sarah? Can I do
That might
this
be a
one?
little high.
Yeah, let's actually keep it on a low heat right now, because we'll be first frying our spices that will be skimming out.
Okay.
I am doing this specially so that you don't get bits of cardamom and cloves in your mouth. When I cook at home, I don't remove them. I add all my spices at once, because we are used to it, and we're used to looking for them and pulling them aside, or we don't mind eating them too. We just got so used to it.
Mhm.
But
For people
I don't want
working with whole
to-
spices, the further.
yeah, I don't want to, you know, I don't want it to be too strong for you guys. So I'm just using like a tablespoon of oil and ghee. So these fats help, extract the flavor of all the spices. Have you cooked with cardamom and cloves before? So this spice mix too has cloves, cardamom, and chopped powdered black pepper. You can use whole black pepper actually in the recipe, black peppercorns. Then you can skim all of them out at once. See, my ghee also melted and it's looking hot. And actually, I'm going to reduce the heat even further, because I want them to saute a little bit, slowly, gently. Oops, be careful. We've had a clove pop in the pan. And are you getting, see, you can see they pop pretty quickly. This pan gets this cooking range gets hot very quickly. You can see how quickly the spices heated up. Are you smelling it?
Wow, yes.
And the
So-
oil is already, the oil and ghee already has the fragrance.
Yeah,
Do you see?
lovely. So
So-
for most people, you'll still want to,
Gently on
Simmer.
low heat, fry them till they kind of pop and get fragrant. And then now we are removing these.
just removing the whole spices, but
Yeah.
leaving the pepper.
Yeah, you can leave the black pepper in there. I just removed the cloves and cardamom. And now let's add the other spices. So the bay leaf and cinnamon we'll be removing later. So this bag has cumin, bay leaf, and cinnamon. So we can just add these spices. And now we can slowly increase the heat also
Okay.
to medium hot. 210 is good.
Mhm.
And we'll just fry them till these start sizzling. And then at this point, you can actually, while they are frying, you can add your cashews. So I'm adding cashews to the pan. Are we all good so far?
Behind.
What we are doing is building all the flavors that will go into the pulao.
So again,
Nice.
we heated a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of ghee, let that melt. And then we threw in the pulao mix too, with the cardamom, clove, and black pepper. Saute, basically, we want to activate those whole spices. They kind of puff up and flavor the oil.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, you just kind of skim them out with
Yeah.
a spoon. And then throw in your pulao spice mix 1 with your little bit of
Bay leaf, cinnamon, and cumin. So the good thing is the bay leaf and cinnamon will be easy to skim out later once the rice is cooked. And this will give the spices a chance to flavor the rice. So that's why we did this in 2 steps.
We did throw in the cashews.
Yeah, we're going to let them slowly toast up. Are we all good?
I don't see a spice one.
It'll be in a tub like this.
But there's so the spice mix 2 is the little container. And then spice mix 1 is that little Ziploc bag.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, so, what are these little seeds in spice mix one?
Those are cumin
Cumin
seeds.
seeds.
Oh, cumin, okay.
Yeah, and we can eat them. So we are not going to skin them out. They're very tiny. You won't even feel them that much. So we're just going to let these cashews toast up a little bit.
Can be a little higher.
Yeah, we can make it higher.
We want it at higher enough heat that the cashews are toasting, or like you want them a little golden.
Little bit, yes. And by the time the spices heat up, they will get golden. If the spices get really sizzling hot, while the cashews are toasting, we can add other ingredients too.
But we want to, we don't want your spices to burn.
Yes. Keep the heat on medium, and you can see now the cashews are slowly roasting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's starting to smell really good. How much green chili should we add?
2. You can add both, and we split them like this. We didn't really cut them all the way. Do you see? And we kept the stem. Do you see how we just split them like this?
He said yes. Great.
Now I'm adding the chilies and garlic and ginger.
It's gonna smell so good in your house.
Mhm.
Okay, so the onion, the 2 chilies that we split in half, the garlic and ginger are all going in.
And then as you are mixing it, try to separate the onions so that they are in thin
Alan and
slices.
Pat said, do you remove the seeds from the chilies?
No,
No, we left them in.
yeah, it's just 2. And we'll be removing the chilies later. Once they are done cooking, we'll be removing the chilies. So give this a good mix, and then we can add the, let me see what I wrote. Okay, we are just going to cook this till the raw smell of garlic and onion is gone. Raw smell of garlic is gone. And then we'll add the mixed veggies. You can see by this time, the cashews have gotten more toasty.
Mhm. Good job, you guys.
You can just smell the spatula, you'll know. It's still slightly raw. The
Mm.
garlic
Yeah.
is there.
Mhm.
But do you smell the spices? Can you smell the cinnamon and actually the garlic and chilies? Even though they are 2, they're pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. The onions go in when? So we did all the spices and then the cashews. Once the
Ginger, garlic.
cashews,
Cashews, ginger, garlic.
pepper. We threw it all in.
Yeah.
So I say throw in the onions.
And then now, see, you can see the whole thing sizzling. Do you see it? And some of that raw smell of garlic is gone. Then you can smell the cashew sauteing. Now we can add the mixed veggies, and we let this all saute for a while. So if you are using completely not frozen but raw veggies, they should be half cooked. They should be slightly roasted and half cooked.
Okay.
So that's a good point to know when to add rice.
Okay. But we haven't added rice yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
You just want to make sure that they got flavored.
Yeah. So these are all the flavors we are adding before we add the rice and start cooking. So we're just going to let this saute for a bit. Onions also should get more cooked and fried by the time these vegetables are done roasting.
True confession.
Sure.
I did not sliver my onions like you have. So I have chunks of onions.
That's totally
Chop what?
fine. She chopped the onion, not
Oh,
slivered
that's
onion.
fine. That's fine. It'll be fine.
It
Yeah.
will still be just as good.
Yes.
And yours looks prettier.
One thing that Sirisha is really talented at, if you have an Instagram, she takes beautiful photos of her food, and so I not only are you a good cook, but you're a good food photographer. Everything has beautiful bowls and all these things, so it's great. But
Yeah, do check me out at my Craves and Raves. I don't post very regularly, but I'm always trying to. So hopefully I'll get there soon. Being more regular with posting more pictures and hopefully sharing more recipes as well.
I just put her Instagram in the chat. Okay, so we got veggies cooking. We've got about 35 minutes left. I think we'll be close to that.
Yeah. So if you're at this stage where your veggies are sauteing, you want to get ahead of the prep, we can start prepping for the raita.
Manuel had a question about when do cardamoms go in? So
They went in right at the beginning. So we put oil and ghee, and then we put spice mix too that had cardamom, cloves, and black pepper. And once they popped in on a low heat in the ghee and oil, we skimmed out the cardamom and cloves. And then we added the zip bag with half the cinnamon stick, bay leaf, and cumin seeds.
if they forgot to add the cardamom, should they add it now or?
You just leave it because if you're not used to having it, it might be a little too strong in the mouth. It will be hard to skim them out. So just skip them if you haven't added them.
Or if you're used to hold spices, you can throw them in.
Yeah, you can. If you're used to it, you can throw them in.
He said, okay, thanks. So our onions are really cooking along. It seems like we're getting some good steam off the pan, so.
I just got a whiff of the chili. I don't know if you could smell it,
Mhm.
and the other ingredients also.
Oh, yeah. That cashew really gives it that nutty flavor. That'll be so good to eat with the rice.
Yes.
And I love cumin seeds, like whole cumin seeds. So that would be kind of lovely for the rice.
And if you are making it another time, like I said, mint along with the veggies, it's a good time to add chopped mint, like
That's
a nice handful.
It's interesting that you saute the mint.
Yes.
And add it.
Yes. It gives a nice flavor.
So many recipes just chop mint and add it at the end, but
you
actually
have
cook
to
it.
cook the mint. Yeah.
Mm.
So we'll let this go just for a few more minutes.
Yum.
And then we have our rice drained and ready. I hope you have drained your rice. So as you know, we already talked about it. The texture of the rice looks very different once you drain it. Now, at this point, we can add the rice and toast it a bit.
So no water yet.
No water yet.
So strained the rice a while back. And so now we're just adding the grains to the.
So now
pan.
we'll add a little bit more ghee at this point and toast the rice nicely.
So we added another like tablespoon of ghee.
And we're going to just let this all get toasty. So the point is to let the rice grains get coated with some of the oil and ghee and the flavor of the spices and all the vegetables and everything to mix well.
Yummy.
And while this is toasting, please measure 2 cups of water.
Okay. Cold water.
Cold water. Yeah. You can heat up your water. It just speeds up the cooking process, but it's not a must. So today I'm just using plain tap water. Sometimes if I'm in a big rush, I will heat up my water also. So So if you see, it's nicely toasty.
Mm-hmm. Just want to make sure nothing's burning at the bottom,
Yeah,
but with the water that's coming,
yeah.
it should be fine.
And also be ready with your salt.
Mm,
And we'll just be adding a little bit as per taste. So the salt is for all the recipes.
okay.
So now when the rice is nice and toasty like this, we'll add water.
2 cups of water.
So for 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. And we'll just mix this. And at this stage, we have to add salt. So this is an important step in making pulao.
Trying to make sure the grains
Yeah.
are all in the water.
Yeah, sorry about the sound.
Okay.
So now we'll add salt, roughly a teaspoon. I mean, I had measured this out before, so I'm telling you. But add as per taste. And this is a good time to mix it well and taste this water. So however salty this water tastes is how salty your pulao will taste.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure that this is nice and correctly salted.
Okay.
So we'll just taste this water.
Yeah. It's a really good idea.
I think
Mm,
it's perfect.
yeah.
And at this point, if you feel
The nice spicy.
this is a bit too spicy for you, for me, this is fine. This is going to cook up just fine. At this point, if you feel this is a bit spicy and you're not comfortable with it, you can pull your chilies out now. But I'm going to
Keep-
leave them in. Yes.
Yeah.
Good. And
Plus, like the rice is gonna add a kind of mute the spices
Yes.
a little bit, you know.
so now I'm just going to increase the heat. We're going to let this boil for just a little bit, because what that will do is it'll help the rice grains expand. So they'll be nice and long. And once this reaches a gentle boil, we'll simmer it, cover with a lid, and keep it aside. Like we'll let this cook on low heat for 10 to 12 minutes.
10 to
This-
12 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. Usually in my home, it takes 12 to 15. Here, things will cook fast. So I'm going to start keeping an eye on it by 8 minutes.
Okay. But most people will have
10
about
10
10 minutes
Yeah,
at least.
10 to 12. Yeah. So if you see once it's boiling, we let it go a little bit more.
I love how long these grains are.
Yes. So the nice thing is once it's boiling, these grains will get a little longer. But then if you keep it at that boiling heat all the time, they'll get longer and break. We don't want that to happen. So we just want them to get appropriately long, and then we'll let it cook.
Okay.
So see, it's already boiling. We'll let this go a little bit more.
Okay.
Can you see the bubbles? See, it should get like this.
And it's the starches are starting to come up too.
Yeah, this is at this, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. Now see, it's more of a nice vigorous boil. And this time I'm reducing the heat. Gentle boil will be 220. Okay. And I'm going to cover this.
Yeah, it's all of the liquid
See, the rice grains have gotten bigger.
really gotten longer.
So
And-
now we're going to cover this and we are going to let this be. We don't have
Okay.
to stir it. I'm going to keep a timer for 8 minutes.
Okay, great.
Now, are we all good? At this point, we can get back to our paneer dish.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to blend this. Sarah, I'll need your help for
Yeah,
blending this.
sure. Mhm.
Can I hold the?
Yeah.
Could you please put this?
Yeah, you
in
got
this?
it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put the tomatoes in.
Yeah. See here, she's adding all the tomatoes, the tomato mix with the cashews and everything to the blender.
We're gonna use this pan again, right?
Yeah.
So we don't
They all
we don't
go
need to
back.
like clean
Yeah.
it.
No.
Okay,
We don't want to use too many pans.
okay.
So we can just blend it as smooth as we can.
Loud noise.
Little bit more. They get nice and smooth. I'm so happy. Yes, merchant blender will work great too. Yeah,
Keep-
I think
keep going?
will it go a little bit more smooth? I can see you can see the
Cashews?
yeah, a little bit white. It'll all be nicely blended. You
Just-
can use an immersion blender too if you have it. Whatever.
Yeah, food processor,
Yeah.
immersion blender, and you know, some blenders are sharper than others.
Yes.
So you might still have those chunks of cashew.
Yeah, which is okay.
But
but
if you can.
Yeah, if you have a good powerful blender, then you can see the rice cooking here. Yeah. Then I think shop, yeah. So let's sorry, you want this this spatula? Yeah, oh yeah, that's much better.
So we're just cleaning off the top of this. We got this new blender because we were like, we've only had a food processor. You know, I have a immersion blender at home and it's one of my favorite things. Sometimes, if you're working with a really shallow pan, the immersion blender can be a little tricky.
Yeah.
But sometimes putting it into a mason jar, just gives it a little bit more of a narrower, working surface. So, okay, we got most of that.
And in summer, I prefer using nice fresh tomatoes because it just makes all the difference. In
Mhm.
winter, I have a different recipe actually where we don't use a blender at all. And you can see you can please blend it as smoothly as you possibly can.
Okay.
And thank you so much,
Yeah,
Sarah.
sure.
So now we'll go ahead and continue cooking this. Is this a good burner or should I
Yeah,
use that? This is good?
mhm.
Okay. So now we are going to finish cooking our paneer makhani. So I'm just going to continue on this.
Same pan.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, rice is still cooking.
Yes.
It's
You can
steaming.
see the grains.
Wow. They're so long.
Yeah.
They look like almost like an inch.
And now let's get all the ingredients ready. This is the
Okay.
grand finale for our paneer dish. So we have the paneer makhani spice mix, and this has coriander powder, garam masala, and turmeric. They put it all together. And coriander powder, I always, if you are, cooking Indian food regularly, I would suggest you just buy a small quantity of coriander seeds, slightly roast them and blend them in your spice blender. Don't buy powder because it loses flavor very quickly. At home, I use it all the time. I will still blend like 1 cup. I just take 1 cup of coriander seeds, toast them and blend it and keep.
So this is her mason jar of freshly toasted and blended coriander powder. So we use some of the freshly toasted coriander powder.
in the spice because it's very flavorful. And since I'm using a very easy, quick recipe for this dish, and we are not using whole spices won't blend very well in these jars. So I stuck to powdered spices.
Mhm.
So it's important that you use really good quality and fresh powders, because they tend to lose their flavor very fast, and they are the main things flavoring our dish. So we have good fresh coriander powder. The garam masala at Co-op is very good. It's very flavorful and fragrant. So that garam masala and turmeric,
Mhm.
we have this ready. And then we'll have our Kashmiri chili powder ready
Mm.
with us. This is it's a chili powder made with Kashmiri red chilies, which are not very hot, but they give a lovely red color to the dish. And that's what we want. I love using Kashmiri chili powder.
Mhm.
And then later we'll be adding the cumin,
We got our salt here too.
yes,
So we got our tomatoes that we blended. We got our
Kashmiri, the paneer makhani spice mix,
spice mix, Kashmiri chili powder. We've got the container of
half teaspoon of cumin seeds.
cumin seeds and salt.
Yes. And
Okay.
later at the end, we'll be adding cream and kasuri methi. We don't need it right away.
Okay.
I'm just going to turn this pan on.
What heat?
We'll be at medium hot. This is 220.
Yeah.
250 is good.
Yeah.
Sauteing. So in this pan, we're going to add some oil.
I'm sorry, which cumin is that? One
Half
teaspoon,
teaspoon.
half teaspoon.
Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
So now,
We're using all the cumin today
yes.
in all the different containers. So a tablespoon of olive oil. We're gotten that. We have the pan pretty hot.
And we added it's just sizzling because there's moisture in this pan, but which is fine.
So we have the cumin seeds in the oil.
And we let them sizzle. And this dish tends to splatter, so have your lid ready.
Yeah.
Once we add the onion and tomatoes, it will splatter a little bit, which is perfectly normal. So once your cumin seeds are sizzling and they increase in size or they get toasty, that is when we'll add our, oh my timer is going off.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I can get the timer.
Yeah,
So the rice timer is
Yeah.
going off.
so we'll just take a look at this for a quick second.
Might need a little longer.
Let's see if there's any water. Maybe a minute more. See, it's almost done. Most of the water is absorbed.
Okay.
So we'll just
It's just
cover
a little
this.
too wet, so we're gonna get
Just a minute more.
1 minute more.
So you might need like
You might need. So I
10
think
to 12 minutes is a good time for a home cooking range.
so. You might
so-
need another like 4 minutes on yours.
So see this, it's already starting to splatter a bit. So this is my shield.
Yeah, use
Well,
your lid as a shield.
Yeah. I'm just going to remove this blade
Yeah,
and add the rest of this
keep your
tomato
nice
goodness.
dress from getting dyed by
Yeah.
tomatoes.
And I'm not going to waste this also. I'm just going to add a little water to this and get
Okay.
it all
Like a tiny,
just to
like a quarter cup of water in your
quarter
blender.
to half cup, just to not waste any of this.
That is about,
tomato.
about a half cup.
Yeah. And see here, this will stop splattering in a little while. So you have to just be patient with it. And now our pulao is done. I'm going to turn this off and move it here and show you guys. See?
It's a lot drier now, even that extra minute. So you guys might need another couple minutes more.
See here?
It's still a little wet, but you don't want it, yeah, that looks nice.
And now at this point, we can remove the chilies and see the the
Big chunk of
cinnamon stick.
and
You
the,
see it?
and the
Yeah, other chili.
chili.
So it's easy to pull out when you have the stem.
Alan and Pat says, what's the best way to reheat pulao if we can't finish it all tonight?
You can microwave it. You
Yeah.
can put it in a
Or
microwave.
they could
flame
put it in
dish.
the oven, or it might
Yeah.
get a little crunchier.
Yeah, you can just cover it and heat it up. If you're not using a microwave, then
So we removed the cinnamon. So you guys might have a couple more minutes. Let us know when you think
Yeah.
your pulao is done. And then you can remove your chilies, your cinnamon stick, and your bay leaf.
and at this point,
Time to
you can,
taste.
yes, you can taste it too. It might
Thank
be
you.
hot. You
Thank
might
you.
want to blow on it a little bit before trying it.
Mmm.
It's cooked.
And the salt is good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
So-
grains are still
So
firm.
this is a good
But good.
time to
They're
before
not
you.
mushy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good. Okay, meanwhile, we have a
Why
we have a
needed that?
cauldron here.
May I ask, what else goes in with tomatoes?
Just the tomatoes for now, and we'll cook it down till it stops splattering like this. Protect your clothes, protect yourself with the lid. So we'll just cover it, and this will stop. Once in a few minutes, it will stop splattering like this.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just the moisture in the tomatoes that needs to cook down.
But you did you put in the chili powder?
Not yet. And we'll be very cautious with using the chili powder. We are not going to use all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, please, we'll just be adding as per taste. This chili powder is for both the raita and the paneer makhani.
But it is it can be strong. So
Yeah.
if
So now-
you're adverse to spice, you might want to add a little less than we
Yes.
normally will.
See, now it's
Oh,
more
yeah.
manageable.
Okay.
Um,
We got a couple splatters.
Water, right?
Oh yeah. Here, I got a
And-
pop up on the window. Let me just get rid of that on the computer. Okay.
I'm going to reduce the heat just to, so now we are going to add, are you all at this stage where it's bubbling a little bit?
Manuel says, should we add the spice mix?
If it's nice and bubbling like this, yes, add the spice mix. And then give it a good mix.
Paneer spice mix.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna add that now.
And give it a good mix.
We did lower the temperature just a little
Yeah.
bit, so it's not like splattering.
Yeah. Yeah. And then now a little bit of chili powder. I'm going to be using,
Okay, so how much chili powder? I feel like they'll be curious about that.
when I measured and made this recipe, I felt a teaspoon of chili powder was perfect.
Okay.
So, but you can add less. If you are not used to spicy food, you can start with half and check. And if you've added more ginger, maybe use less chili powder.
Okay. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be spicy and it's
Yeah.
gonna be spicy from the ginger.
Yeah. And at this point, I almost know, I feel and I know that the salt won't be enough. So, because we blended it and added some
Water.
water, we'll be adding more water also. So at this point, we're just going to taste this for salt and you want to
Thank
taste
you.
this?
Thank you. Probably could add more salt. Because the cheese will need it, right?
Yeah. And
But it's nice, the sweetness from the tomatoes.
I'm happy to add more
Yeah.
chili powder too.
Yeah.
So you can taste it, and as per your taste, you can add more chili powder. Because each batch of chili powder is also different. Like
Mhm.
if I bought Even if it's the same Kashmiri chilies, it can be slightly different
Mhm.
and a little bit more salt.
So just kind of a couple sprinkles of
Yeah.
salt.
And then if you keep stirring it, it'll not splatter so much. At this point,
Sorry.
taste your sauce, and if it feels correct, the heat and salt feel correct, you can drain, or you can just pull out the paneer and add it.
Okay.
Don't add the water. We're just adding the paneer, and you will see the difference in texture. It's nice and soft
Yeah.
at this point.
Should we preheat the oven for the naan?
Yes.
What temperature you think for the naan?
Whatever is there on the package instructions, I think
I'll
it will
take a
be
look.
350 or um,
So we're gonna preheat our oven. Let's see what they say.
400.
400. So preheat your oven to 400 to cook the naan.
And we let this simmer for a few minutes. I added the paneer.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to
Good.
let this cook for a little bit before we cook it again with some cream, and we'll add kasuri methi at the end.
So we haven't added the cream or the kasuri methi.
No,
Not
those
yet.
will go right at the end.
So how long to cook?
Just for a few minutes,
Okay.
maybe maximum 5 minutes,
Okay.
3 minutes or so. I'm just
Yeah.
cleaning up all the splatter. Yeah, it doesn't splatter so much. So, and this
It's
is
such a beautiful color though.
and it's now beginning to smell good too. I don't know if you can smell the spices.
Yeah. Mm. So again, what was in the spice blend? It was garam masala, which is a big mixture of things. What would typically
Coriander.
be?
So in garam masala, there are all kinds of spices, and every garam masala is slightly different.
Mhm.
But these are the ones that you will typically find. There will be cloves, cardamom, green cardamom, black cardamom. There'll be cinnamon, nutmeg, cumin seeds, a little coriander seeds. But we do add extra coriander powder also. Then there'll be black pepper, there'll be mace, there'll be nutmeg,
Wow.
there might be bay leaf. And depending on the blend, a little chili powder, a little turmeric, these will also be there. And what are the spices? It depends on the region. Like in some regions, some spices are very specific to those regions. So they will have those additions also. There is
Like anise or
yeah, anise, fennel seeds, and even there's one thing that looks like a bark of a tree, like a lichen. I don't exactly know what it's called. So those will be added. So it depends. Most of them will typically have black pepper, cinnamon, 2 types of cardamom, and uh, nutmeg, star anise, all these will be there. It's a big, elaborate spice mix. You can buy small quantities of fresh garam masala from here. It's very good.
great.
It's a nice
Yeah, we
mix.
just got it from our bulk section. So we have
Yeah.
it. Just look for we have it all ranked alphabetically. So you can just look for garam.
So as you can see here, it's nicely mixed, and you can smell it too.
Yeah.
It has a nice smell.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, we'll first add the heavy cream. So we are not going to add all of it. Since we took the trouble of cutting it into cute triangles, we're going to save a few drops of cream for presentation towards the end. We'll add 3/4 of it.
You're
Okay.
right.
So I added 3/4 of the cream, and even the cream cooks into this dish, it gives it a nice flavor. So with kasuri methi, this is like a nice dried herb. It's fenugreek leaves. It's one type of fenugreek leaves that are dried like this, and they have some of these sticks. So what we do is we crush it between our palms and we add it, and whatever remains in our palms, we'll just, if it's very fine, we'll keep it, or sometimes we junk it. So I'm just going to crush it like this and add it.
Mm.
This gives it a slightly smoky, that restaurant style flavor. And then I have some of these,
I think it
sticks.
smells like maple syrup.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm just not adding the more of the, like the stems and this hard part. So I just crushed like this, and whatever remains between my palms, I'm just going to throw this part.
Okay, so the stems throw away.
Yeah. And we added the nice fine leaves, and you can see this light color
Yeah,
and flavor too. Immediately you can smell it. I
Yeah.
love this smell.
me too.
The fenugreek leaves add a tiny bit of bitterness, but it's a nice bitterness.
But
We
it
cook with,
it
yeah,
smells sweet, but
Yeah.
adds a little bit of a bitter.
it's
It's interesting. And it's so good for you. I
Yes.
think there's a lot of
Yes.
health benefits to
Absolutely.
fenugreek.
So we let this simmer. Have you noticed now it's not spluttering as
Yeah,
much? It's
you're
good.
right.
So we retained just a little bit of the cream for later.
Okay.
And then now we're going to finish the raita.
Sounds good.
I'm just
So,
going to,
yeah,
The whole little container of the thing you put between your hands. The whole
yes,
container.
the whole container. And then you
Yeah.
kind of just rub it together with your palms to kind of keep some of those little twigs from going into the mixture. But it's not the
even
end of
if
the
they
world
go,
if they
yeah,
do.
it'll be fine.
It's just one of her methods. So you kind of just like smash them between your palms and kind of let it.
Just crush it and add it, like,
Yeah.
just crush like this and add it. And then whatever is left over, you can throw that.
Do you want us to
um,
turn the pan off?
No, we'll let the cream cook for just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And now, raita almost requires no cooking, but we'll be chopping.
Okay.
So we have our red onion. Here, red onion will work. Any kind of candy onion also. I love the candy onions that we get in summer.
Mhm.
So I use those for any like raw onion preparation. And this is a pretty big onion again. We'll be using half of it. We
Half,
don't need the
okay.
whole thing. So again,
Raita reminds me of like the Greek style of like tzatziki.
yes.
So it's like that cooling.
Mhm.
So that would be good, also good for the folks that added a lot of ginger.
Yeah.
You'll just have more raita with your makhani.
So peel it till it's nice and you know,
And then are you doing thin strips?
very thin strips. So here the cutting is important because we are eating it raw. We don't want just cutting it once like this. And then we need very thin slices, as thin as you can get. Because if we make it too thick here, it will not be that palatable. So, and
So
now I'm
she-
going to turn this off to see it's come to a nice
Mhm.
bubbling thing. It's
Mhm.
ready.
Yeah, that looks great.
So we're going to turn this off
Meanwhile, the oven is preheating
for the naan.
for the naan.
And then we're going to just finely chop as finely as we can. So raita is a nice cooling dish. Here today I chose to use onions. You can even saute your onions and add if you don't like raw onions. And then you can make so many varieties of raita. And in raita, again, if you have an abundance of mint, you can add some raw mint also, finely chopped raw mint in your
Mhm.
raita. So I'm just cutting it as thin as I can.
And then
Yeah.
you kind of water down the yogurt just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And
now-
add salt.
I have my onions here. And now take a bowl in which you're making your raita and add all the yogurt.
She specifically asked for the Stonyfield full fat plain yogurt that we carry because that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's use whole milk yogurt and something that you can make smooth. I am not fond of using the cream on top kind of yogurt for my dishes. But if you have that, you can use it. You can just remove that cream.
You're not a
Just
big
use
fan
your-
of the Siggies, that like thick Icelandic.
Yeah, I haven't used. It might be a little sour
Yeah.
for this. We need kind of bland, plain tasting yogurt. So this is 1 cup of yogurt. And all we're doing it is just mixing it so it's like nice and homogeneous.
Kind of breaking up the chunks.
Yeah, no lumps
Like
in
the
the
curd.
yogurt. Yeah. And then we'll add our sliced onions. I just used half of it for this amount of yogurt. This is enough. As thinly as you can. And again, like I said, you know,
Should we put our naan in?
yes, we can put the naan in. These candy onions taste very good. Whatever onions you like eating raw, you can add. Once we mix this will be a bit thick. You can even do grated cucumber. Makes a very good raita. I'm just adding a couple of tablespoons. Just a few splashes of water. Today we are not adding green chilies, but if you like green chilies, you can slit one and add it. You just flavor it a little bit and get nice and spicy. Shall I open that?
Yeah, would you mind?
I'll
So
do that.
she's thinning out the yogurt a little bit with a couple drips of water to kind of thin it out.
And then we have our naans.
We have 3 naans and we'll just put it on a sheet tray.
At this
You could
point, you
also
can.
throw it in the oven on the, do you always put it on a tray or do you
No,
just?
I actually just heat it on the iron skillet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, we can do it however, whatever the package instructions say. And
okay.
at this point, if you like, you can even brush some ghee and toast it. So in this yogurt and onions, I'm adding just salt as per taste.
So I'm putting the naan in.
Just a little bit of salt. You can even add black pepper if you like. And now to give it a really nice touch, we're going to toast up the last of our cumin seeds. We have another 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds.
Nice.
Please be very careful at this point. We're going to slowly roast the cumin seeds. We want them roasted but not burnt. So we will do this very slowly.
Are we doing with oil?
No, just
No
dry
oil.
roasting.
Dry,
Yeah.
nice, okay.
It just makes them very fragrant and also makes it easy to crush them. We can literally crush them with the back of a spoon or put it in a pestle if you have a pestle.
So we just have a small pan and we're just gonna toast these cumin seeds, the whole 1 teaspoon.
This might go very quickly based on how hot your pan is. Just going to slowly roast them. And then let's keep some space on our cutting board ready.
Cause you'll
I'll crush them.
crush them.
Yeah.
So everyone's getting their cumin tonight.
It's very good for digestion. So, you know, all the spices and everything will be nice and good for your tummy. Cumin is very good.
So you just don't want to burn
You
these.
don't want to burn them. You can also already smell them.
And you're kind of seeing the steam or
Mhm.
smoke kind of come out.
Mhm. They need to change color slightly. And this will happen quickly. You can see the texture of the seeds changing too. Do you see it? This is a good way of roasting them. Just
Constantly
move the
turning.
pan, yeah. You see?
They're turning kind of a browner.
Mhm. And they smell different too.
Oh
You
yeah.
smell them? We always, whenever we use cumin powder, we roast our cumin seeds. So this is good. You can stop cooking at this point and just
They went from like green to kind of like a
brownish, dark
brown.
brown almost.
Mhm.
And then once they are this toasty, it becomes easy to crush them a little bit.
And
If you have a tiny blender, you can blend also.
But
Or
you're
you
just
can
using the back of a spoon.
Yeah,
Just to crush them up a little.
yeah. And you don't need the whole teaspoon of them. I just kept it so that it's easy to toast and easy to, if you have a pestle, you can just pound them in the pestle. It will be perfect.
So they don't have to add all of the,
No,
would you say like a
a few
third?
pinches.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you see the smell? I just wanted you to grind this. You can keep it aside for another recipe later.
Wow.
We'll just add a nice Even if a few of them are not completely crushed, it's fine. So,
Beautiful.
and you smell it,
Yeah.
it smells very good.
Yeah.
And at this point, I also like to make it a little colorful.
Mm, a
And
little
it adds-
sprinkle of
Yeah,
the chili powder.
yeah. And it'll also add a little bit of heat. Not too much. And now rinse your hands because you touched chili powder.
And let's see how long they say the naan
this-
needs to go.
So this raita will be very good with the pulao.
Oh, only 2 minutes. Okay,
Yeah.
2 minutes and
So
so they're
then-
probably done.
Shall I pull it out or hold anything?
So only 2 minutes needed on the, unless you wanted something crunchy
Yeah,
for your naan, which most naans you don't.
yeah. You can add some ghee on your naans. They will
If you have a little bit
look-
left over.
Yeah, you can just
Nice. Nice.
or if you don't have ghee left over, you can always add butter too. Salted butter would be especially yummy.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I can move this closer to you.
Um, oops, that's
Are
the
you
pan.
okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh,
I have mom hands used to heat and all that. So
Okay,
Yeah.
is it time to plate?
yes, and now since we got all fancy with cutting our paneer into nice triangles,
Mm-hmm. It's
Um,
gorgeous.
you can just drizzle the leftover cream.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a little bit of cream. So this cream we will just, you can take this out into a serving dish and make it more pretty and just add this.
Like spirals of cream
Yeah.
on top,
Yeah,
just for, that's
Added-
gorgeous.
added prettiness. And we do have some cilantro for the raita, which we forgot about.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
Oops, sorry, I'm getting you hooked.
So you can just take some cilantro, give it a quick rinse
Okay.
if you haven't already, and then just we'll chop this and add it to the raita.
And then we'll be
Ready to eat.
ready.
How is your, how are you liking did any of you taste the paneer makhani?
I gotta try it again. It's so good.
And,
Also, anybody
know-
tried the pulao yet?
And the thing is with this sauce, before we added the paneer, it was pretty much ready. And if you add the cream and cook it down, you can serve it with, like I said, with naan dippers. You can also add other veggies to it, like a bag of mixed veggies would also be good. You can make different dishes with this.
Wow. So good.
So it's good.
So good. I'm so curious what you think.
So just a little bit of
Alan
cilantro.
and Pat said yes. Jen says, all yum. Tony says, is it okay to microwave the cumin instead of roasting?
Yes, you can. You just put it on a plate and microwave it. It'll slowly toast up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody. So now it's time to, should we plate?
Yes, let's plate. Where are the
What do
plates?
you typically recommend them to do? Like on a plate or in small bowls or?
We can put the like the paneer and naan and pulao in a plate and the raita in a bowl.
Okay.
Do you have bigger plates like dinner
Yeah,
plates?
over
Oh yeah, I remember. And then I'll take out some bowls also.
Some of the most beautiful plated food is Indian food. And it has all of the small, like gorgeous plates and tins. Kirsten says, these are all fantastic. I'm
Awesome.
so glad.
Yes, I'm so happy to hear that.
Okay, so
So,
how do you typically do it?
We'll put the raita in a tiny bowl so that it doesn't spread everywhere.
Okay. So like a little dressing bowl. Like a dip bowl.
And if you're serving it and you want to make it impressive, so you have all this extra cumin, you can just,
Put some cumin
yeah,
seeds
on
on top.
top.
That's
Make it pretty.
beautiful. Aw. A couple of leaves.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
And then you can place one naan, or naan we'll place last.
Okay.
Let's serve the paneer.
Okay. Do you need a ladle or you're good?
Use this. And we'll make sure every plate gets like a few slices of paneer.
Mhm. I'm so excited for you to try paneer. Is anybody trying it for the first time? It really kind of has that mozzarella from.
It's milky and
oh,
creamy.
sorry, you okay?
This thing
still
is still hot.
Oh, sorry.
Did we turn? Oh,
Yeah, it's off.
it's good.
Yeah, it still is very hot. Beautiful.
And then we'll plate some rice near the raita.
Laurel
you can
says
see the-
everything's delicious. Yay!
I'm so happy to hear that.
This
and then-
this rice just looks delicious.
And you can,
Make sure
Yeah.
you get the cashews.
yes, and put them on top so they look pretty. And please, if you're on Instagram and would like to share some pictures with me of your plates, do kindly do that.
Yeah,
I'd love
please
to
do
see
that.
your dinner plates.
Yeah, it makes us
Yeah.
so happy to get photos of your meal.
And
And so
then-
you can tag the co-op, which is Common Ground Co-op on Instagram or on
Yeah.
Facebook, and then my
So,
Cares and Raves.
This
Oh,
is
gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then when you're eating,
you can
use
use
the naan.
Yeah, I break the naan, scoop some of the paneer and this with the naan and eat it. And you can eat the pulao with the raita.
Okay.
You can take a little bit, mix it, or just dip your spoon with some rice and some of the raita and eat it like that.
And do you usually eat it with a spoon or a fork?
Fork is good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever you're
Okay.
used to.
This looks great. And I wanted to let you know before you guys go that we have more classes coming. Probably in the next week or so. We'll have everything finalized, but we'll be doing a mushroom in-person cooking class. And it's going to be taught by a high-end chef. He also has been working at Capre, the farm to table restaurant, but he works for he's been working for different famous chefs around the country, and so he's going to be doing a mushroom cooking class, and then we're going to have a Korean virtual cooking class in October, so we're really excited about that. So I'll let you know about that. And Jen, you're making me giggle. She said my spiral is not looking good with the cream. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's going to be delicious. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful dinner, and it's always a pleasure to cook with you all. Thank you, Sirisha. You've always,
My pleasure.
I look forward to these
I love cooking
times
with you
cooking
at the
together.
co-op. So
I'm so
yeah.
glad. I'm so excited for you guys to enjoy. And let us know if there's ever anyone that's really inspired to cook different recipes or teach classes. We're always looking for virtual cooking class ideas. Laurel says, thank you. Tony says, this is awesome. Jen Mu, thank you. Kirsten, thank you so much. This was a great time and so tasty. Looking forward to future events. So yeah, we will keep you posted. And then I will, if you're ever curious on what to eat food-wise, definitely check out our recipe page. We keep our previous classes and recipes on our website. And I'll make sure to tag Sirisha's other recipes in the email later this evening. But yeah, we're so excited to have you, and please enjoy and have a great rest of your weekend. And any last questions for Sirisha? Thanks, guys. Aw, so glad. Looking forward to the next one. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled for the November class with Sirisha. Usually it's just 12 seats, so they sell out pretty quick. But yeah, we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.